If you are bored of a room, any room in your house, but maybe you don't have the budget for a big change, my first guest this morning says you can experience a total transformation with just one DIY. The word is wallpaper. This comeback came on a few years ago, so now that we're all a little more comfortable with the concept and with the big return of it, let's have fun with it. Designer Melissa Reynolds has 4 ways to apply this look to your space. Welcome back, friend.
Thank you.
This kind of came back, 4 to 5 years ago?
Yes.
People were a little nervous about it. I went all in.
I think it's because wallpaper is not a stranger to us. We grew up with wallpaper, and I think most people have probably lived in a home that had wallpaper, so it's not a new concept. We're just seeing it in a different way. But I think it's also come back because we're kind of on the heels of the all-white farmhouse trend, and I think maybe we just need a little more color, a little more pattern, just a little more interest. And this is a great way to do that on a relatively cost-effective way too.
And you say cost-effective, this really can have a huge impact on a room for little dollars.
Yes, there's so many affordable options out there. All of these are from Amazon. Amazon has beautiful options.
Are you serious?
Yes, so there's obviously high-end designer wallpaper, but then there's really affordable options as well. So you can do it great.
I feel so fondly about this trend, if we want to call it a trend, I don't know, but I feel similarly about the set trend in the world of style because it's sort of thoughtless. You put on a good set, you're out the door. You slap on some good wallpaper, your room sort of seems to decorate itself.
Right. I kind of think of wallpaper as the artwork of the room.
Yes.
So when you think about choosing art for your space, it's this beautiful piece that kind of speaks to you. Art is subjective to some people. But this encompasses the entire space, so it instantly changes the feel of the room.
So using a word like timeless might be a little tricky with something like wallpaper because it is such a statement, and as you described, it has that art effect on those who see it, view it, take it in. But for the home decorator out there, Melissa, who wants something that will last, what do you recommend they select in terms of patterns?
So I think it's hard to say anything can be completely timeless.
That's true.
But if we're talking about longevity, if we're trying to get the most out of what we're doing, I would choose something that's subtle in pattern, subtle in color. So I would choose something that has a white background and use subtle patterns.
So softness.
Soft. So we're not doing anything bold. There's a lot of huge, big patterns out there. I would steer away from those. Kind of florals and botanicals tend to be the best option for that.
And for those tiptoeing into the idea of wallpaper, where do we begin?
I just start small. So perfect places are a powder bath, a laundry room, obviously kids' rooms because they're whimsical anyways. I think it's okay to do one main wall in a bedroom instead of all the walls.
Like a statement wall?
Yes.
We've moved away with that with paint.
I know. I typically don't love to do that just because I think if you're going to paint or wallpaper something, just go all in. However, if you are nervous and you think that you're not that bold, I think it's fine to just do one wall and go with it.
So that brings up the question, if I just wallpapered one wall, what would the paint color or the tone be throughout the rest of the room? Just white?
So, yes, or you can take a cue from something that's in the wallpaper.
So this gray number, I would pull the gray?
Paint the rest of the walls that color, and that really helps it to feel more cohesive and a lot more designed than just having one random wallpapered wall.
So we can play it safe, we can be subtle, we can start small. The powder bath, a perfect application for this.
They're perfect for wallpaper.
That's where I've had a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, you say you can have quite a party with wallpaper.
Yes, I love, like I was saying before, it's like artwork. So choose something that you love. Choose a print that speaks to you. I love prints that are a little more out of the box. I love ones with animals and birds and fruit, things that are a little bit different because that's what speaks to me. So do something that you love and go big, put it down all the main hallway in your home and do what you love because you're the one that lives there. So make sure that it is a reflection of you and your family.
Well, not to be repetitive, but I think that's why I love the idea of the powder bath so much, is I feel like you can be a little wild.
Yes.
Right, in a space that you're not...
In a space that you don't see all the time.
Yes. So the birds or the big, bold florals or patterns seem to have a fun play or a fun party in there. And speaking of boldness, you say wallpaper is one place. If you really want to go all in, you can get a little crazy.
I think you can. I love seeing wallpaper down hallways now, and I love when you're in a home and you kind of see a sneak peek of it somewhere off. It's so pretty, and it adds such a great design element to a home. And I think one thing that is important to note that I hear from my clients all the time is when they're making design decisions, they're worried that it's going to affect the resale of their home.
Oh.
And I just think that that's something that we just should not think about when we're choosing things like this. Like, let's not, I don't want to design my home for some imaginary person in the future. I want to design it for me now.
You're living in it.
I'm the one that lives there.
Yes.
I want it to reflect me and my family. And I think we all are so different. So our homes should not all be the same. They should all be different and be a reflection of you. So be unique and choose what you love and just go for it and be bold.
Be bold, have fun. We ran into this, I wallpapered recently a little stage that we have in our playroom, and we ran into this issue where I didn't want the wallpaper to extend the length of the room. I didn't want to wrap, they're little gold stars. I didn't want to wrap the whole room in gold stars.
Right.
How do you stop and start a wallpaper point?
So it can be tricky because our homes now are open concept.
Right.
And like the walls are just continuous.
They keep going.
So I am really picky that it has to be a distinct start and stopping point.
Okay.
So if you're unsure, then it's probably not the best place to go for it. If you have a very distinct wall, like a back wall in your dining area, then that's a great spot, but it has to be distinct. Otherwise it looks like you ran out of paper or it just looks off.
We had to add molding on either side of the stage to kind of encapsulate. But,
well, that makes sense.
But you're saying have an end point. The eye needs to know where to stop.
Right, right.
You can't have it look like you ran out of a
I know.
hole.
It does look like
Although that happened too in our upstairs bath. I told you I was all in on this. I love the wallpaper movement. You have a few sources. That shocked me to hear you say Amazon.
Yes. I get all of these that are from Amazon.
These are beautiful.
They're darling. They're beautiful. These are all peel and stick. So there's different options. The peel and stick.
Pause. Peel and stick.
Yeah.
Is that user friendly?
Okay. It is harder to install.
Okay.
It is a lot harder to install than the traditional paste because the traditional paste you can like move it around and match up the panels.
Yeah, yeah.
This you can't. So it's trickier. But however, it's once you have it up, like it's so easy to take down. And once you have up the traditional paste, it's hard to take down.
Yeah.
So there's good and bad to both. However, choose what is better for you.
Yeah.
But I love Amazon. I love Anthropologie and Lulu in Georgia. Loomwell is a great place to get the peel and stick. There's just so many options, truly.
Okay.
You can find beautiful prints at any price point and go for it.
Can we post a couple of your recommendations?
Yes.
I think sourcing is always a big problem for people, and I'm glad you touched on the peel and stick. When you have a client, Melissa, in conclusion, that says, go for it, do you get excited?
Yes.
In terms of wallpaper?
I do.
Yeah.
I want to do something unique and different and fun, and like the options are endless.
Well, your eye is so good, so thank you for helping us know how to do it in our own homes. And if people need help, how can they get in touch with you?
I'm at brasshouseinteriors.com or on Instagram at brasshouseinteriors.
You'll be inspired just perusing her Instagram, if nothing else. So we'll link you over to that from our website, studio5.ksl.com. Wallpaper that makes a wow statement. Thank you so much.
Thank you.